Hi guys, it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden, and today is rose pruning day. Come along. So today is March 29th, and it is 46 degrees, cloudy, and threatening rain. But I have to get my roses, at least this row of roses, done today. So I thought I'd take you guys along with me. Now, you might hear construction noise and all this crazy stuff in the back, and there's like cars parked here and all sorts of noise because my house is still being renovated. It was supposed to be done March 1st, but okay, trying to cope. I live on a very quiet street, but you would never know it this time of year. Everyone on Cape Cod gets their house renovated, their yards getting, like all the landscapers, it's crazy. Anyway, so the tools you need to prune your roses are, I have this bag to throw the stems in. I have rubbing alcohol in my little mason jar to clean my tools in between each plant because it's very important to reduce the risk of spreading disease. I have my 2 pruners. I have my Falco snips like this and my Falco 6s that I use because they fit my hand pretty good. I went through earlier and I cleaned these. I don't know if I videoed it. I don't remember. I don't think I did. But if you want to clean your Falcos, if they're rusted or anything like that, you let them sit overnight or 24 hours in vinegar and all the rust will flake right off. I'll take a picture of the tools that I used and I'll pop it in here. I used like a copper brush to kind of scrape off all the dirt and the rust and everything. And then I sharpened them. And I'll show you the tools I use. It's really easy. I was super intimidated to do it. But now that I did it once, I'm certainly going to be doing it a lot more. These things were super dull. And when they're dull, the problem is instead of like cut and clean, it kind of compresses the stem. It can like squish it together and that will damage the stem. So it's important to have sharp, clean tools. I have these and gloves. Now really, I should have the rose gloves that go all the way at my arms, but I don't have them. So I'm just using my regular garden gloves. Let's get going. So first I'll show you what they look like now. My roses were gorgeous last year. Best year yet. It was the year 3 they were in the ground. And I was really good on pruning them and deadheading them. And they bloomed from late spring all the way through October. I will show you a picture. If I have them, I'll put them in. And these are just simple knockout roses. I think they're called peachy knockouts, but if I'm wrong, I'll put it in the bottom. But they're really pink. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put my pruners in the alcohol. I wanna keep it open so it gets the actual blade. There we go, perfect. I have my rest. I'll keep my jar over here so I don't spill it because you know I'm gonna kick it over and spill it. Let me take you down the row and I can show you how tall they are. I use the fence as a reference point so you can see how far I actually take these things down. So you can see right there, they're just above the height of the fence there. A little taller over here. You can see Mr. Hubby in the background. And this one's way above the fence. I'm gonna take them down, probably a good third. And then all the way down the line, they're the same. I have 6 roses here along my fence that need to be pruned today. Let's hope the rain holds out. Okay guys, I know you can't see me, but I want you to see the plant. Let's do this one together. First step, clean the tool. Second step, don't spill the alcohol. You probably already know, but the 3 Ds, the dead, the damaged, and the disease. So first I'm gonna go through and look for anything that's dead, like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get you in closer and I'll show you. Okay, handheld. See this one right here? It's broken. It's clearly dead. Just gonna chop that right off very close to the stem like that. So then take a step back and just look at the overall plant. You want it to come down by at least a third. You can see how tall it is now. You want to get rid of any branches that are crossing and rubbing on each other because that's just going to create an entry point for disease. You certainly want to take off all the foliage from last year. There's not much left on this plant, but like right here, this would have to go. Get rid of all the foliage. These are all disease preventative measures. Get rid of the old foliage. Anything that's crossing like this one right here. See how that's rubbing on the other one? Just like that. So I either have to get rid of this one or this one, but one of them has to go because they're rubbing it. You can see right here, right there, it's causing a little sore on the plant, and that's just an entryway for other problems. So you want to get rid of that. And as you can see, it's now March, what did I say, 29th, I think, and it's already budding out, But don't worry about that. You can cut this off. It will still continue to bud out. Last year I did this in April 22nd. So I'm actually almost a month early this year. And last year was a much warmer spring. So I'm surprised that these are as budded out as they are. But let's get to work on it. Okay guys, now see this stem right here. Right here. It's a big old stem and it's got a lot of branches on it, but it's growing into the middle of the plant. And I want the middle to be open so air can flow through, and that keeps the moisture down, and overall a healthier plant. So this stem right here goes all the way up, and it's also rubbing against this one. So I'm going to take that whole thing out. Now it's a big stem, but I'm going to try to do it with one hand. There we go. I'm going to get that out of there. See how that just opened up? Let me get it out of here. See how that just opened up that whole central area? Take out this one too, because it's just growing into the plant. I don't want that. This one right here, this little stem here, I don't know if you can see it well, but it's dead. Get rid of it. You just kind of go through your whole plant like that. So then step back and look at your plant. And you can notice that one's really tall and misshapen. It's not making a nice shape. So I'm going to go over there and try to get rid of that branch. I have to be careful while I walk because I have all kinds of tulips coming up. So this is a big stem, but I'm going to get rid of a lot of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a bud that's coming out towards the outside of the plant. So let me see, where can I cut this? There's one right there. There's one right there. So I'm going to start with this. See that little bud coming off? I'm going to get rid of all of that. Goodbye. And then up here, I don't want to cut above this bud because that's going towards the middle. I want the one that's going out. So like right there, there's one. I want to get rid of this whole stem, but I don't see a good bud down here. Sometimes you have to think about it a little bit. Yep, I'm gonna go all the way down here. Get rid of this whole thing. There we go. Yep, that looks better. Okay guys, I want to show you a before and after. See how low it is? That's the before. That's the after. And look at the before. You can see how big they all were. Look how tall above the fence it is. And now look at this. After, before. I just have one more to do, guys. Okay, guys, I pruned all the roses. The next step is to clean out all the debris from the base of the rose, promote airflow. And any fungus or anything that's growing down there all season, you try to take all that stuff out. Now, I am using the rake, but I'm very carefully going between my stems, trying not to really scrape the stems too much. They're pretty hardy, but, and then sometimes you have to get in there with your hand, which I think I do now, which is hard to do because I'm going to get pricked. So the problem is I have tulips and everything growing here. Can't put my feet down anywhere. It's not all glamorous and Instagram worthy. I never claimed to be that. So after I clean this out, I have some nice compost that I bought. I'm gonna put some fresh compost in the bottom, and then I'm gonna apply some fertilizer. I'm using Espoma Rose Tone, just the product I choose to use. I bought it myself. So now that I cleared it out, I'm gonna put a little compost. Oh, this soil looks much nicer than the soil in the back. Just dump it in there and I'll spread it out. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Spread that out. Just give it a little nutrition that way. Some fresh soil. I always wear a hat. See? It helps you not get poked when I do my roses. And then my hair doesn't get tangled up in it either. And now I'm just going to put some rose tone. A couple of handfuls. Now sometimes I wait until after my roses flower to do the rose tone. But this year, I have special circumstances that I'm not ready to share yet. And I haven't decided if I'm going to share it. But I probably will, knowing me. I'm pretty much an open book. But for now, I'm doing it early. And just rub it in with your fingers like that, just to get it incorporated into the soil. Or you can use your rake. Like that. There we go. 5 more to go. And as you're cleaning out your bed, now's a good time to pull those weeds while they're young. Got a few here. And they come out easy. This is my Russian sage. This is one of my favorite plants in my garden. It's so pretty. It's got these beautiful purple flowers all over it. And now that it's early spring, I'm going to take it down probably to, like they say, you can go to like 6 inches above the ground, prune it back, but I have really thick growth down there, so I'm probably going to take it down to about a foot. I'm going to do that now. I already cleared out the bottom. I'll put some nice compost in the bottom, and that will be it for this plant. Whew, I brought my plants out, my seedlings, to harden off, and all of a sudden the temperature dropped. It's like 39 degrees now. I am freezing. You know when you get that bone deep chill and you can't get rid of it? That's how I feel right now. And my daughter just called me. She and her husband are in Long Island visiting his parents, and I guess their phone says it's 74, but their car said it was 80 degrees. How can that be? That's crazy. It's 39 here on Cape, and it's cloudy and cold, and I'm over it. So I'm just going to kind of cut it into a nice round mounded shape. Probably doing like a foot off the ground. Pretty easy to do, quick. And I'm going to clean up the rest of this bed in the front of the fence. I'm not going to do the hydrangeas yet because I'm freezing. And then I'll show you what it looks like in the end. Did my roses, that was the big thing. Yeah, so my secret is I'm going to be out of commission for 6 weeks. I can't garden. I'll tell you the details at another time, but yes. So I'm flipping out, stressing out. Yes, so much. 6 weeks without gardening in the height of a gardening season. Oh, boy. It is what it is. Mr. Hubby doesn't know it yet. Well, I think he does know it. He's going to be a very busy man. Oh, boy. Well, look at that. Does that look better? I know you can't see my head, but the last thing I have to do to clean up this front garden bed where my roses are, my fence bed, is I have this nepeta here that has to be cut back, and this salvia. If you remember last year, I had the disaster where I planted like, I don't know, I can't remember, 15 plants or something, and every single one of them died. Every single one. So I waited. I called the nursery, and she said, oh, wait, they might come, blah, blah, blah. So I waited, and then like the middle of August, I called her and said, these things are dead. Dead, dead, dead. And they were gracious enough to give me like 12 more plants, and I planted them. And I'm happy to see, you can see it right here. It's growing beautifully. So I don't know what that was about. It was like a big garden fail. But I think something was wrong with the plants. Cleaning my pruners, and on to the nepeta. Now I could have done this last fall. Cut these back a little bit, get rid of all the dead growth. I'm just raking out the leaves from around the plant. And all this green growth right here is my grape hyacinths. The bunnies do eat it, but it still blooms, even though they eat the greens. Just cleaning it up a little bit. We're gonna still mulch this whole bed. And I'm just clipping it back. All the dead growth. And I went along the whole row, and I've been doing this. But I'm freezing. I gotta bring my plants in because now I think it's getting too cold. It's 39. I have outside hardening off my snapdragons, my ranunculus, my anemone, which I don't know how to say that. Anemone, anemone, I have no idea how to say that flower. Is that it? There's another car. I think that's it. So I'm just about to give up the ghost on this project today. Poor Mr. Hubby. I had that 5 yards of beautiful, beautiful compost. I don't even know if I posted that video yet, but if I did, I'll link it above. And I'll also try to link above the video of when these things died, when I planted them, when they died, all of that. Okay guys, I got the whole bed done. I put some nice compost around my tulips, around my grasses, around all the little plants that are coming up, which is in this bed I have roses, salvia, tulips, grape hyacinths, perennial grasses, nepeta. I think that's it, all the way down. Looks a lot better. We are gonna have to mulch it in because now I have like the dark. I would like to cover everything in compost and not do mulch, but that's where me and Mr. Hubby disagree. And I think that's gonna do it for today. So here are all my plants that I'm hardening off. I think I'm gonna bring them in now. It's pretty cold. I am freezing. I don't have a coat on, but I was working. My nose is red. I'm cold to the bone. I think I said it 3 times. It's 39 degrees out on Cape Cod. Oh, I just want warm weather. But I'm going to bring my plant babies in and I'm going to call it a day. I feel like I got a lot accomplished today. I was really worried about getting those roses pruning because, as I said, I'm going to be out of commission as far as gardening goes for 6 weeks starting on Monday. And I'll probably share the details in a different video on a different day, but because I know I can't keep anything to myself. It's just not in my nature. But anyways, that's my challenge for this growing season. So let's get these babies inside. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a cold one, but I got a lot done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know my videos are kind of convoluted and all over the place, but it is what it is. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you liked it, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. I'd love that. And until next time, get out there and grow. Bye! And here comes the truck. Hi.